right, big boy. Good job. Good job. The journey is visualizing and thinking about this horse all night and hoping that she remembers this all tomorrow. And the beauty in not being able to complete it even remotely as quickly as you would like to. There's something very poetic about it. So I think that's what keeps me hooked year after year. God dang, did you see that? I think I've kind of decided that this is the one that I'm gonna take to the slot race, but you know, anything could happen.
A three-year-old first-time run has just run the fastest time thus far.
In the vast expanse of America's heartland, where dreams are forged and champions are made, a group of horse trainers and jockeys embark on a quest that tests their training abilities and challenges the limits of equine greatness. Every stride, every turn, every heart-stopping moment is a testament to the bond forged between horse and human. Through countless hours of patient guidance and tireless devotion, they nurture trust, instill confidence, and unlock the untapped potential within these young equine prodigies. The path to victory is paved with passion, persistence, and an unyielding love for these extraordinary creatures. Welcome to a world where horse and rider merge into an awe-inspiring spectacle of grace and agility, where dreams are realized, records are shattered, and legacies are born. Witness the years of breeding, preparation, and the culmination of a journey to etch their names into barrel racing history at these horses' first competition ever. This is Journey to the Juvenile. In this series, we delve into the extraordinary journey of a competitor who dares to defy the odds and to train young horses for the ultimate test of speed and agility, the BFA Juvenile Super Stakes. Fallon embarks on a grueling training schedule. 4 young and spirited 3-year-old horses await her guiding hand. But before the competition, a crucial decision awaits. Fallon must carefully select only one horse to step into the arena by October 1st. This chosen colt, untouched by competition, bears the weight of anticipation and dreams. Witness the rise of the fastest horse as it charges towards triumph, carrying the dreams of its trainer and the spirit of a champion.
We've got a baby Flow baby. We've got a winner's version that I didn't raise. We've got a Lolo baby, and then her. If I had to pick a pick, like my pick for the juvenile, one, I would want it to be one I raised for all the obvious reasons. 2, who cares? Because like, just go win you some money, sis. Like, nobody cares. You don't get a special award for raising it. But 3, this would be my pick probably. I really, really like her. She's just built right. She's a filly. She is sorrel with a star. Let's be honest. Call a spade a spade. Tend to really like these. So you'll see all of my 3-year-olds, and every day I have started to rank the 3-year-olds. And to be honest, this filly has been kind of toward the bottom, which should excite you to see what we've been cooking in the background. And we've been getting some dynamic stuff done, so I'm really excited. We're gonna go ahead and speed it up. This feels really good today. So I'm gonna give her too much room. Set her up for success. And it failed. Try again. And it failed. Try again. Good. Good. Ooh. And we'll just chip away at that until November. I'm Fallon Taylor, 2014 World Champion Barrel Racer, 2018 AQHA World Champion Barrel Racer, and I'm gonna take a stab at this futurity thing. This is not my field of expertise. I am a rodeo cowgirl, meaning that we can use the same exact horses all year long, year after year, switch horses as we go. The points are calculated on the rider. Now I'm switching gears to try to take a stab at the juvenile and the futurity world. This means that every single year you have a deadline to meet on the horse, and points are calculated based on the horse, not the rider. So this should be interesting. Basically, every single time you get a horse finished, you've got to start over on another horse, and you have to hope that you've picked the prospects that align with how you train and how you feel. It's just going to be a huge test of how good is my eye on picking a prospect. And also, I raise my own prospects, so I'm picking from a pool of horses that I raised and trained from the horses that I won the world on or competed on down the rodeo road. So let's see if they can actually shift into the futurity world and see if my prospects live up to this breeding program that I've been working on for a decade.
Decided to breed her this year too. Shawnee Bug Leo is phenomenal. Now, I told you, typically when I breed for the public, I breed a little bit more for aesthetics and color than I breed for myself because I'm used to having nothing but sorrel babies. I'm gonna make a whole baby flow vlog, crossing our fingers that she is pregnant and we flush an embryo this week.
I can't wait to push myself because typically, I think my downfall has been once I get a horse kind of ready or I see a lot of potential in a horse, I begin to protect them. So this one we kid gloves. Just everybody hold tight. This is the one we put in a padded stall, but don't tell him we're putting him in a padded stall. This is the one we get the leather halter with the nameplate on it. Oh. I turned one out that I thought was the one in order to give these 3-year-olds more time, and I do not regret that decision at all. And like, how cool is this horse? 2 days off, 3 days off. Wow. Sweet. I put them in bubble wrap and protect them and then continue to go slow, kind of like an artist with a painting. It's never done to me. I'm hypercritical of how I've helped them learn the barrel pattern thus far. The only person that makes that barrel up there a problem or scary or intimidating or a source of frustration is the rider. I either make this a problem or a place where a horse knows, man, I can do something really cool right here. And I just continue to critique myself until I never leave home with them. So this is my big test. My training process also is a little messy. So it's a little, it's very, very much a trust the process training method. This feels really good. I'm going to the barrels. If you see me sloppy and on the wrong diagonal, no you didn't. And also, yes you did. My philosophy is kind of to ride relaxed and not perfect, because when there's 30,000 people in the stands and I'm nervous and my husband and my baby are watching up in the stands, I'm not going to be perfect. So if I train this horse that I have to be perfect and ride like this into every barrel and my timing be perfect, I'm probably not gonna be able to replicate that. But can I replicate this sloppy tennis shoe vibe that the Karens love so much? Ooh, he wants to lope. He wants to lope. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, he wants to lope. Okay, so we're just gonna keep him here. Ooh. Okay, you need to rest after that. No pulling to slow down because it's cool to let him slow down here, but in the future, I'm gonna want him to grab 95 gears and never slow down. Even if the gate's closed, I'm gonna want him to like trust fall like as hard as he can across the timer line. So for now, no spurs, no boots. That's just my personal preference. I'm not recommending that to anybody. And split reins and riding really kind of what I call soggy. It has really worked for me in the past. It's messy, it's not pretty, and also I don't school my horses very hard or for very long at a time. I've just found that since I've been riding the same pedigree of horses for the last 30 years on the horses I first went to the National Finals Rodeo on in the 90s, that I know how these horses react to pressure, and I don't want to pressure them too much because I know they'll fall apart. That is all we can do today. It's a lot like losing weight. You're not gonna see a whole lot of difference right off the bat. So on a horse that I know in moments can be smarter than me, I have to surrender very quickly. I know a lot of people like to stay on them a lot longer, but I can make a mess just as fast as I can clean it up. So I want to make it really short and sweet. And for you guys that have never trained one before, that is the key to a lot of success. My temper is not going to get away from me. I'm going to be able to start riding my next horse without carrying something bad into my next session. It's the key. Because my backup plan is obviously a lifetime of rodeo wins. The baby Flo I want for rodeo and for life and for all the things. Not that I wouldn't want that for Flashy Dough, but you know, the long-term plans for me, like the hopes and dreams, are not just for the juveniles. So while this is something I'm focusing on, I do want these horses to be around for a really long time. In my round pen right now, I have my 33-year-old NFR horse from 1995. So I want them to be around for a really long time, and it causes this paralysis by analysis. This feels too good. And what I do on the colts that feel too good is we take it very light. The only thing I'm gonna do is he's spooking at this water on the ground. So we're gonna go through it a couple of times and then go through the barrels. There's another puddle over here. All right, we're gonna lope him through. If he kind of keeps forward motion, this is where we'll quit on this colt because he's too good. A little faster than a lope. So here we are for the journey to the juvenile, where I'm pushing myself to run at least one of them at the BFA Super Stakes.
But before the competition, a crucial decision awaits. Fallon must carefully select only one horse to step into the arena by October 1st. This chosen colt, untouched by competition, bears the weight of anticipation and dreams.
The horses I have to pick from for the juvenile journey, I have 4. 3 are mares and 1 is a gelding. We'll start with the gelding. Baby Flo Baby is super special to us. He's a son of Shawnee Bug Leo and out of Baby Flo. So obviously he's going to be the horse that I'm going to give some preferential treatment. I like this one. You want to be half as good as your mom and just win $500,000, that'd be totally fine. If you're just half as good. Yeah, just half as good. Win 1 world title, you know? 1 world title and $500,000. He just has that look. He looks identical to Flobot. He has tons of quirks. He's really low, which I'm not used to. Baby Flo is a really high-headed runner, but he's really low. I think of a couple of really great NFR horses that kind of move like that, a little snaky, a little pushed out. He's never hollowed out, but he runs really low, which is not my style. So we have that working against us. Go Low, which is also sired by Shawnee Bug Leo, and she's out of my mare now that I'm running Low to the Flow. This mare is really special because she was born the same week that my mother passed. My mom wanted to go home and see her and name her.
I think she's just hanging on long enough to see her home and her horses. The new baby that was born. I don't think we got a lot of time with her now, but we're gonna do everything we can to get her home. That's been her only request. And then we had a foal born, which I can't wait later in life to see what she does. She got to see the baby and she named her
Go Low. And she is a really, really awesome mare. She's trying really hard, but she's like fat. She's chunky, she's overweight. I don't know how to say it politely. Go Low. She's been around the barrels. She's been to, I think, 3 barrel races maybe. She's pretty handy, and she's thick. Yeah. So we have that where we're swimming uphill on needing not only the athleticism and the patterning in the barrels, but also we're having to work against this metabolism issue. Hey. Hey, I said, when you watch this video back, I, under my breath, said, hey, and she came to a full and complete stop and down to a walk. She bleeds Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it's not respect. That's fat/lazy. Oh, you said stop? I literally said, hey, and she went, Flomello, which is Mojo's half-sibling. She is sired by Traffic Guy, and she's out of my great mare, Pearl Snap. Was a rodeo winner, arena record holder, state champion, absolutely incredible mare. Flomello is just an underdog. Like, nobody chooses in our industry to breed for Cremello. That's not the goal. They're sensitive to light, they don't get as much turnout, which makes it harder for the trainer because they're always gonna be fresh and quirky and like understimulated. So I'm having to work uphill on one. In my mind, I wanted this to be on a sorrel. This mare's got enough like stuff to like do the deal. She's not white, she's not white, she's not white. She's just a big sorrel mare. She's giving me all the Mojo feels. She's giving me all the feels of one that's a pretty good one. Let's just breeze her through, see if those ribs want to stay. I know it's dumb, but everybody has their preferences. Two, how am I going to give this mare enough fulfillment on her days off to make sure that she's trainable on her days on? So massive underdog in Flomello. I'm just hoping that that doesn't hold us back too much. And my last one is Flashy Doe. Now, I purchased this mare because I wanted to train on a winner's version. She's sired by a winner's version. She's out of a mare named Deercorn. So this 3-year-old I bought. And you might say, Fallon, why would you buy one when you raise all of yours? And I have a good answer for you. I bought this mare because we have 2 baby flow stallions, and that's really great for us to have stallions, and we'll stand them to the public, and it will be really exciting. Hopefully we'll have them in all of the incentives. It'll be a really big deal, but then what will I breed them to? Because they'll all be related. So this would be a horse for me that would be an outcross. She has had a really great start from the racetrack that we got her from, and those people, the Dominguezes, they're really, really incredible. Especially because a horse off the track shouldn't have much of any kind of a start, but she came to us really kind and soft and supple. And then we had our colt starter do a few months on her just to get a few more buttons installed that I thought I needed. And now we're gonna take her around the barrels. Full transparency, she has been around the barrels 3 times before in a very sloppy way. But since then, she's had about 3 months off. So I call it 0 days, but we're doing this whole journey to the juvenile, so I might as well call it what it is. And this will be day 4. I really, 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 really like her, but she's racetrack broke. And so typically I would take 6 months to a year to get them really, really broke, but my timeline, because I bought her late, is not gonna allow for that. So I'm gonna have to hope that all of her natural potential and all the steps they took holds together for me to get her really patterned and hopefully have a chance at this. I love this mare. She gives me all the baby flow vibes. I love how quirky she is. She's hot, she's reactive, she's feely. Cool mare, but we know she can turn the 2nd and 3rd, so we might as well get the 1st right, then move forward. This feels just dynamic and fantastic. I wish you guys could be up here with me and feel what I'm feeling, because it feels wicked and amazing. All the things about her that other people may not want in one is really what I want. I really, really like her. That's kind of what Baby Flow Baby is missing. He's not very reactive and he's not super feely. He's a gelding. And they tend to be a little bit more docile, a little bit more complacent. See what happens. That's beautiful. Those little interruptions, like if I get picky on a horse like this, I can beat all of his confidence. And you see how low key he is? It wouldn't take much to really ruin his confidence. And my training style really wants him to be a little bit more like, you know, here, let me move off your leg, let me move off your hand. So No prospect is going to be perfect. Only when they get to winning do we say, you know, they never had a bad day. I hear myself saying that about Mojo and Lolo all the time. They never had a bad day. But I bet if I rewind time, I bet there was a few days I was banging my head up against a wall, wishing it would get easier. I just don't remember. Once they win, it's like childbirth. Once you're done, you're like, oh, it was a beautiful experience. I didn't feel a thing. But I am dead in the middle of trusting the process, and it's interesting.
Barrel racing at a competition of this level demands not only physical prowess, but also a deep understanding of the horse's mind. It's a delicate balance between pushing the boundaries of speed and ensuring the horse's well-being.
So before we get into day one, these horses have been through a year to 18 months of foundational training before we get started. So what I want my prospects to have is a good stop, back up, easy left and right, but more importantly, I want them to side pass and counter arc. I want them to yield from my leg really easily. And not every colt is feeling the way I want them to, but we've got to get started. There's a timeline and it's pretty rigid, so I'm gonna have to get moving. While I would like for a few of them to be softer, Flo Mello doesn't have the stop I was hoping for.
You're gonna have to ride this thing pretty soon. It's starting to get fun. Now, besides the stop, there's none of that.
Baby Flo Baby hangs himself out a lot, so he doesn't ride up into the bridle as much as I would like. Golo just isn't in the shape that she needs to be. And the winner's version, Flashy Doe, she just didn't get the same opportunity to get softer off the track, which is no fault of hers. It's completely my fault. But all of these things is just because every horse needs a different amount of time, and the timeline won't allow for that. So not the fault of anyone, it's just the schedule that we're working on. So
Today's rankings. First, well, we'll start this way. Fourth, Golo. Third, Flo Mello. Second, Flashy Doe. First, second day in a row, Baby Flo Baby. Never saw it coming. I mean, it's Baby Flo Baby, but you know, he wasn't my top pick.
Having patience and emotional control is kind of the name of the game when it comes to riding these colts. It's very chop wood, carry water, meaning you just gotta have a lot of consistency and a lot of repetition, and there's no room for an emotional outrage. There's no room. It's like having a toddler. There's no room for you to get in your own feelings. You have to just meet them where they're at and try to negotiate what you want out of the deal each and every day. There's no place for you to get really worked up about how the process is going or how they're relaying the information. You're just trying to speak their language, and that becomes really, really difficult. I'm gonna start with my toughest horse today. I did not pick Flashy Doe to be my toughest horse in this journey, but you know, it rarely goes to plan.
Tomorrow's gonna be a really cool day just because of her understanding today. So you see how my pile of colts, one felt a little regressed. She was honest. She felt a little like I couldn't make any tracks today. And this one feels like I made an 80% improvement in one day. I want it to be this massive release so that she understands that's literally all I'm asking for. Because when she turns this first barrel, there's not gonna be a whole lot of horses that outrun her. So no need for me to get antsy about the other two or needing to see something today. That big release later on at Cheyenne or Houston or wherever is gonna be plenty of a reward.
I have a friend that is Navajo and lives on the reservation, and one of their tricks is to swap spit with their horse. So when I kind of saw the potential in Baby Flo Baby, I swapped spit with him just to try. I'm not Navajo, but I thought, man, if this could help us bond, I'm gonna do it.
Like, he feels he's giving Baby Flo, and not like, oh, he feels just like Baby Flo. What he's giving is like the reason you breed a mare like that to a really nice stud. Screw it.
Yatehe. Okay, don't wear yellow, don't put your hat on the bed, whatever. You do you, I'll do me. I think any horse person understands having a heavy hand and trying to hurry the process will only like just get you caught up in quicksand. So I'll do anything that works. I will do any Navajo trick to get me bonded. I will do all the meditation and yoga to keep me calm. And day after day, I'm gonna pursue this consistently.
As the stakes rise, so does the excitement. A hefty entry fee of $5,000 marks the beginning of the adventure, an investment into their future. For beyond the finish line awaits the start of their lifetime earnings, a potential paycheck of $100,000 reserved for the swiftest among them. Destiny takes shape through meticulous training, unwavering dedication, and the pursuit of unbridled speed.
Each horse has their own issues, communication issues, trouble with the pattern. I mean, you're all trying to teach a 3-year-old to write in cursive before they've learned their alphabet.
Listen, let's make today a good day, okay? Let's be friends. Today's the day that I think I can't train a stick horse. Well, I guess that was yesterday. So I'm at the frustrating part of just like, ugh. And I told Alex, imagine having to get on a bicycle and teach a bicycle that it was a bicycle. That you push the pedals and that means to go forward. And that you pull the handles and it's supposed to go left and right. Imagine teaching a bicycle to be a bicycle.
You know, you're trying to relay something to them, and each and every one of them has an issue that they're trying to work out. And I have to remember and catalog those each and every day so that when I swing my leg over the horse, I can remember, like, this is what this horse really, really needs from me today. So I kind of know he's going to bow off at the first barrel, and I kind of know he's going to try to get in a little close to the third. So with those two things, I'll try to prepare. You can tell she's asking for a lot of clarification, a lot of notes, like asking, hey, I thought you wanted me to turn close. What does all this kind of keep me framed up and pushing my ribs out of the way stuff? What is that? And I'm here to talk to her about it. So I don't want to take the speed demon out of her, but I do want to just clarify some things for her. Okay, well, so what she just told me, which I hate, is that she likes training at a little higher rate of speed. And I hate that. It is so much harder. Just surprising. She's the chunkiest, the laziest, gives like kid horse energy. So for her to want to be trained like that, it's just a weird juxtaposition. It's like a person that only wants to train for a marathon in stilettos. Kind of like that. So, Fallon, your note to self for the next day is this thing wants to be trained fast. That sucks. Because it's just like, it goes wrong so much faster. The toughest part is going from knowing everything about them in this setting and then being entered at the first perf that you take them to. And be like, I remember day one and it wasn't a good time. Although I try to keep the energy really low, he is not wanting to lope, which just tells me he needs a little bit more direction from me. That was just beautiful. Baby Flow Baby needs a confident leader. He needs somebody that's going to bring all the gusto. He's so docile. He's so calm about how he does it, but he needs to understand that this is a speed event. And when he starts to make his turn and get in a hurry, he almost like just spins out. Like he has a hard time putting all 4 feet in the same place and getting to where he needs to go. All right. I'm going to go just a tick faster because I don't know self-control. Boy. Cool pony. Ooh. I gotta quit there. I don't want to, but I gotta. Yeah, I know. Cool. Not the forward motion I wanted, but better. That was insane. We're gonna stop there. That's way ahead of his pay grade. We immediately stop. That's it for that one. That's it. Well, I don't know of anyone that'll outdo this one today. So for him, I'm just trying to make him really confident, where he kind of steps up and, you know, gets a little gusto about himself and takes charge and kind of becomes the dance partner that takes the lead. That's what I'm looking for from him and what I have to work around every single day. Boy, did I set myself up for Flomello to disappoint me today. That's why I should always ride that colt last. Flomello has gone from being terrified. She's absolutely terrified of everything. So she's just terrified of her own shadow, a banner, a fly, a butterfly. Not your typical like plastic bag, you know, whatever. She's scared of everything, everything. So this event is obviously going to take place in a coliseum with music and announcer and banners and all of the other things that scare her. And while I've had horses be really spooky about things, I've never had a horse be like this. So as we're going, it feels like she loves the barrel pattern and she loves the work so much that she's starting to feel like one of the best ones. So if I can work against this spookiness and this shyness, I don't know if I have enough time to make it happen. I don't know if I'll get it done. I don't know if I'll be able to boldly run her in anywhere yet for the next year. I don't know. So we'll see. Kind of shocked by this one, I'm not gonna lie, Co. Flashy Doe, we're working against her not having the foundation that I want. She's having a hard time with the left side, so turning left is really her issue, where she is thinking about having all of her body connected, but right now her head and shoulders and ribs and hips are all moving separately, so kind of like Slinky Dog on Toy Story. We're not able to connect those because I don't have that same year of foundation. She's trying, and we've got counter arc and we've got side pass and we have some brakes. She's trying, but she's got so much gusto and so much confidence that it's kind of putting us a little bit behind the 8 ball with her having all of this speed and confidence while at the same time not having the information to process what it is that I'm asking her to do. Golo's doing great. Again, her metabolism issue is a thing, so we're working on that with supplements and exercise. The other thing is, when she leaves the barrel, she's a little insecure. So most futurity colts, their issue is the second barrel. It's the only 360-degree turn that we have. Most of them, when you see them mess up, they'll leave the second barrel with their head high and want to float out. That's a very common thing. So right now I'm working on getting her to follow her nose and hold into that pressure so that she's not scared of my hand and runs away from it, but instead comes into it and allows me to be, you know, the partner that tells her, hey, we're going this way right now. So let's see how she likes it this direction. So far, she's just spooking at everything. Lord have mercy. So she's just decided she does not know the barrel pattern this way. I never stop them. But for her, she's just literally like looking around. Still feeling all sorts of cattywampus, but we're gonna just roll with that. I'm glad we're filming all this because somebody somewhere probably thinks that they are doing something wrong when it really is just, you know, some of us don't wake up ready that day. Well, this training day sucked. I give it 0 out of 10 stars. I give it a 0 out of 5. Let's take her to the left the way she knows to go and see if that's just beautiful and I just shouldn't have changed direction. Today's practice to the left, I give a 2 out of 5 stars.
Teaching and guiding these horses is a very time-consuming and extensive project. But before the first day of training around barrels, these horses have had a year of basic training under their belts. Watch 30 days of work unfold to prepare these horses for competition.
So what you're about to see are the highlights, the highs and lows of the training process. Obviously, what you're not going to see are hours and hours of me walking around, shaping, collecting, discussing, all of the things. You're seeing the bite-sized, concentrated version of this training process. We're bringing you the good stuff and the bad stuff. Day 2 of this, day whatever of her. We're just gonna call it day 1, day 2, day 2. Day 3, flashy dough. This mare is doing everything I want her to. We are done, son. We are done for the day. This feels beautiful. I'm gonna stop right there just to let her know that's exactly what I wanted. Give her a second. I think very highly of her, so there's no point to rush it. If she makes it to the juvenile, that's great. If she doesn't, whatever. Not the day I wanted to have, but it's the day I'm gonna get. Riding horses is like eating bad pizza. It's still pizza, you know. And in true barrel racer fashion, I'm changing the bit. Right? When everything's going good, then I go changing something. Okay. What's your name? What is your name, big guy? This is Baby Flow Baby, my favorite. And I went to a single rein and I could regret it very quickly. Every day is just gonna have glimmers of brilliance and the rest is just gonna be total frustration. And that's training horses. Somebody asked me how to know if they're fast, and that's why when people are like, you can't ride papers, you kind of can. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but that's kind of, we know she's fast already because we have proven pedigree. Now we just got to see if she's got the try. And that unfortunately, that's something that you cannot buy or put on paper. She's gonna get 5 days off. 5 days off. That was kind of sick. Somebody better come write me a check because this old white Latin is gonna take some of your lunch money. God bless America. Whoa. It's a lot of pony right here. I'm gonna do a little brush up over here because this feels very Baby Flow 2013 over here. Nothing wrong with that. But like, I've learned since then. Baby Flow baby, day something. 8, 9, maybe 8. He just feels like wise beyond his years, riding around, which is fantastic.
That was really good. Really good. That was really good. The hardest part of this journey is watching other people and their 3-year-olds progress and seeing where they're at right now. I went to a race to exhibition my horses that barely even made the barrel pattern and saw another trainer almost break the arena record on a 3-year-old in an exhibition, and was just like, I went to the barrel race last night and saw people's horses already clocking 1D times. But comparison is the thief of joy. So I'm not going to compare mine. I'm going to simply keep trucking. That is gorgeous. Wow. Okay. That's gorgeous. Okay. Trying to relax myself because I know that that tense spot is going to be there. Good girl. Whoa. That's great. I'm going to let her sit there for a second. Might as well just let her walk around. The more I pull, the more she goes away from my hand. It's going to be a common theme when you train horses, especially if they have a little hole in their foundation, which we didn't spend just as much time as I would like off the track by my own timeline. Not anyone else's fault but mine. So now I'm kind of paying the price for that. So to say comparison is the thief of joy is the understatement of the century. It really truly is. As you watch other people, you start to think that you are so far behind in your journey. So as you watch this, don't compare your colts either to mine, or do when I'm at the lowest of lows. That way you understand that all of this is part of a process. Because a horse coming back, is that good clickbait? I was just saying that I rarely, if ever, stop my horses from doing that. But this would be one of those instances where I'm gonna have to make her go all the way around the barrel. It's gonna be such a good bruise. Such a good bruise. But when a horse is coming back really hard, you don't really want to stop them from doing it, even if it looks embarrassing. Speaking of embarrassing, since that was a little rough patch, the trainers are the one out here embarrassing themselves at the jackpots and doing all this garbage that somebody else just wants to write a check and avoid. And sometimes, not always, that same person can get really mad when the horse embarrasses them or their riding embarrasses them. And they really have a lot of bad sportsmanship because they were trying to write a check to avoid some things. Now, that being said, I write checks for horses all the time, whether it be to breed them or to buy them or whatever. And there's a level of accountability that comes with owning and training these things that we've got to be really responsible for, because the horse market is like the wild, wild west. That being said, that was a cool move, by the way. Since it's the Wild West, there's not a lot of regulation, and we're gonna have to take a lot of responsibility for our purchases and do a lot of our due diligence. A lot. She was a little bracy right there. We're gonna go back. Baby Flow, baby, day something. Woo! Everything I ask for, he gives me. These just don't come along that often. I'm gonna give him a lot more room up here. Today he's coming apart, so. It's not the day I wanted to have, but I probably made a bigger breakthrough than if the day would have gone perfect. Unfortunately, we don't learn much when they do good, so probably the day we needed, not the day I wanted. I'm riding 2 more colts and I quit forever till tomorrow again. Shit's hard. What I'm feeling is that these shoulders are going that way. When I pull, this is going that way. And I need this to go that way, like that.
That was great. Couldn't have told me yesterday that would have happened today. I know. Like, God, it's like a bad boyfriend. Just like, he bought me flowers and then cheated on me. Bought me jewelry, forgot my birthday. Like, ugh. You must be very mentally stable to work these things. That's it for today. That is all. You know what I love so much about her is that she wants to turn. I wish she wanted to turn the other way. Just like I've learned, it's the character built in this space of frustration and pushing myself to the limits that's the true reward. Is holding the $100,000 check at the end possibly gonna feel really good? Hell yeah. But is the person that's coming back from retiring my best mare to having to step up and have a winner come out of the barn that's not baby Flo, to coming back from having a baby, like feeling sharp after all of those things while I'm a really busy woman that has a lot going on, being able to throw this in and show that I'm still here, that's the part that I think is the biggest reward so far. We're gonna lope him through a little bit. We are incredibly behind. Other people's barrels, but remember, comparison is the thief of joy. So we are gonna do our best to not watch other colts and just compare each horse to each other instead of comparing our horses to someone else's horses. So while yes, other horses are running barrels right now, it's the tortoise and the hare. Those horses could fall apart at any minute and just go to crap. He's going a lot faster than I wanted to and turning. Okay, he's in the wrong lead. I'm gonna get a little picky. And then here, I'm gonna get a little picky too. Make him keep his feet moving. Good. And again, his leads are all over the place. That was beautiful. So, non-technical term that every horse trainer will know, this horse takes the pull. He may be in first right now. First, second, Golo in third, Flo Mello in fourth right now. May 10th, 2023. Who knows? Wait for tomorrow. I'm still gonna manifest holding that check at the end. I'm still gonna manifest the fist pump at the end of the alley with the green banners and wearing purple and all of my friends coming down for the win picture. I'm still manifesting all of that. But what I've learned so far is so wonderful to the rest of my life. So I've already won something. I'm at the point where I just need to holler. Like, I just need to go. She's gonna get bored with 2 + 2 + 2 + 2. Now, I feel like Golo is leaps and bounds ahead of these horses. But at the same time, like, this is a game of tortoise and the hare. It's May. We have no idea what's to come. We told the vlog gods that we didn't need their help this time. Like with making my life really crazy more interesting. So we're just gonna film something knowing that the plot is gonna thicken no matter what we do and how safe we play it. We know that it's gonna be something.
All 4 horses are making consistent progress, but it certainly hasn't been smooth sailing. 2 of the horses are clear frontrunners, while the other 2 may have to be held back from competition for another year. On the horizon is another setback that may be life-altering for one of these colts. Stay tuned for the next episode of Journey to the Juvenile.